All right, I'm back. Hopefully, this is a little bit better. There were quite a few settings that got changed, but we'll see. All right, let me just go to the character select screen. Do a quick, wow, a quick reboot of the game. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I dropped the bit rate by 2,000, so it moved a lot better. But it's decent. Let me see what I can do here. Just go to the character select screen. Try to highlight some characters I think need some definite changes. Oh boy, Kazuya is fine. Don't do anything to him, even though he's getting a crazy new buff with back 2, giving him way more combo ability. That's ridiculous. Julia seems really strong, but you know, obviously not a lot of people use her. Craig, his tackle, oh boy, that tackle needs to be a little bit easier to break, but other than that, he's good. Can't really think of Anna. She's really strong, really slept on. What could they do with Anna? I feel down forward 4, the low, maybe it could be -14 instead of 15 or 16. Shouldn't be launch punishable. That's like literally the only change I think would like make her better, but not like broken. Oh boy, Geese. I don't even need to get on the topic of Geese because looks like the Namco team is already on it with him. They're probably gonna make sure that we don't even see this character anymore. He's getting a new raise drive though, so that's pretty dope. Say buff Geese since Sonic. No, he doesn't necessarily need any buffs. But if they're taking away like the combo ability from down 1 on counter hit, he pretty much relied on that after everything, you know.
I'm out here
at least at the scrub level.
Homes.
Clap Chapter, great, thank you. Yeah, so this Geese is I don't want to say too strong because I personally don't have a problem with him, you know, fighting against him. Minuteman, thank you. 15 months strong. Eliza, I feel she's good as is right now. She might be like 1 buff away from being like too good. So, like really all those 2D characters, I don't really want buffs from them. But she might be getting, if Geese is getting a raise drive, I assume that Eliza and Akuma are also getting raise drives. But we'll see how valid that is tomorrow. Noctus, another gray area character not a lot of people use, but I personally feel he is good. He's got good punishment, he's got good range, he's got good pokes, real good launchers, you know, real good wall carry. Some of the best dash jabs on the game, and one of the best approaching tools in 4-4-1+2. Yeah, he's got some really good stuff, but people just don't use it. Lei, I just don't know. That's another strong character, you know, that I feel is good enough as is. He's got good pokes, you know, good range on 443, you know, Hell Sweep. Razor Rush is like a get in free card. He's got the good keep away. He's got a Magic 4. He's got a safe down forward 2 launcher. He can play dead, you know, go under a lot of approach tools. He's got a lot of stuff. Good combo damage. You know, what's that? Forward 3-1 into backflip. Does a grip of damage. I think he's good. And you know, I see since Sonic wants him to have better punishment. But Lei has never been a punisher. He's never ever been a great punishing character. He excels at getting away. He excels at like picking his spots and being famous. He excels at that. So I think he can get away faster than any other character on the game. With the haha step cancel, you know, with punishment, and then he got, like I said, approach is great. His approach is great with Razor Rush. And on counter hit, you get all 4 hits, you know. I think he's good to go. You guys saw what happened to Arslan Ash against that, what's his name? Ashni Ali or whatever his name was. 20-6 against Arslan Ash with Lei. That character doesn't need any buffs. I'm sorry, he is good. He just needs better Lei players like Agile Cloud. Thank you, Agile Cloud. Yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff that, you know, people just don't use it right. Pretty much already went over Armor King. Just give him slightly better tracking. Like most characters down forward ones can only be stepped to the left. But Armor King's down forward one for whatever reason can be stepped left or right. Make it track one direction. Usually just make it track against side step right. So you have to be forced to step to the left. Stuff like that is what he might need. And like back one, make the combo after counter hit back one more consistent with the flip over. 3+4 for you guys who don't know. Yeah, those are like the only 2 buffs that I think Armor King needs really. Just slight tracking, you know, slight tracking buff and more combo consistency. Negan, super gray area. I think he is probably in need of what we saw that he has. Another low poke that might not be launch possible. I hope it's not. It looks like he does a low with the bat, and it's not like it's down back 2. It's probably something, might be down 2 or I don't know, down 1+2 or something, but that is pretty much it. He's got decent punishment. He's got a good 10 frame punisher really. Jabs have nice range. He's got decent tracking. His homing move, it could have a hitbox buff. Sometimes it whiffs right in the opponent's face. You know, it's weird. But other than that, I think he's fine. Just buff the homing move and the low game. That's it, because his damage is off the charts. His wall carry is off the charts. His B&Bs are pretty much undroppable. Anyone can do it. Forward 3-2. He's good to go. Leave her alone. She's fine. Master Raven is fine, man. She is good to go. I don't really see them like nerfing her at all, but they might. I don't know what kind of buff they're gonna give her besides the new move we saw in the trailer. It looked like a new extension from Forward 2 as another form of wall carry, something she really doesn't need. So if that's her only adjustment, then I guess that's okay. Adjust her hurt boxes. You're asking for too much, Chef Chris. You're asking for too much. I don't think in the history of Tekken they've adjusted the characters' abysmal hurt boxes. Yeah, Leo, Raven, Dragonoff, Josie, Lars, Jack. They have terrible hurt boxes, but they've never been adjusted. Nina is perfectly fine as she is. I don't even see her only weakness is like her bad punishment. Her punishment is real lackluster, but she can get something for, you know, moves that are punishable. It just doesn't hurt. Pretty much just like Anna. Except that unlike Anna, she has a 15 frame launch, you know. She's got down 4-2 and back 1+4. So she is a slightly, just ever so slightly better punisher than Anna. Very slightly. Yoshi, I don't know what to say about him. Not a lot of people even know like what this guy is doing or what he stands for. But from what I've seen of iMusician, Kane and Trench, you know, Majin, he seems to be fine. You know, he's got pretty good punishment. He's got pretty good damage at an open field. His wall combo ender could hurt a little bit more. But I see they've, you know, come up with a no sword stance ender where they do the shoulder tackle into a flash. 2 hits as a wall ender does pretty good damage. But I think he's good as is. Dragonoff is good as is. He's really good. Oh boy. I almost want to just skip over on. Alright, Proto Method, have a good one, man. Good night. But yeah, Horong. I think down 3-4. That's the only nerf that I want to see, is just make that easily sidesteppable for the entire cast, even Kuma. You should be able to step that a lot easier, because he can just, you know, assert his offense at will with that string. That move needs a severe adjustment, I feel, because it's a natural combo. If it wasn't a natural combo, leave the great tracking as it is. But it is really, 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 really good. Did you guys see what happened to Shinblade at the Bud Light tournament? Obviously he didn't know the matchup, but you know, a lot of Horongs can get away with that as like a main pressure tool. A low that's guaranteed into a high that's plus 1,000 on hit. You know, it's crazy. You shouldn't be able to do all that from a low. But that's really the only adjustment I want. Just nerf down 3-4. It shouldn't be that powerful. Oh boy, Law. I think he is contrary to the popular belief. I think that Law is okay, because of the simple fact that, you know, Dragon Sign stance councils are hard to do consistently. Even if you're a Law main, even the Law mains mess it up. Double messes up. You know, Rick the Ruler, he messes it up. Low High messes it up sometimes. It's not something you're gonna get 100% of the time. So you want this character to be, you know, the proverbial top 3 that he is. It's gonna require some execution. So I think that execution barrier is what can set him apart from the rest of the characters with how good they are. So Law is fine. He doesn't need any like buffs or nerfs, I feel. I think he's manageable, you know. Yeah, so he's fine. I think with the season 2 like adjustment, Shaheen is fine. He doesn't need anything. Oh boy, Akuma. I think like with like Geese, Akuma, Eliza, like the damage that they can output with their meter could use an adjustment. Not a like severe one, but I think Man, that stuff like Akuma just deletes your life bar. He really does. From a simple down 3 or a simple, you know, crouch jab like on counter hit. Him and Geese had that real bad. Counter hit, crouch jabs into meter, into wall, into death. You know, that stuff, that's a lot. Again, I don't particularly have a problem with it when I'm fighting against those characters, as you have seen, you know. I've beaten pretty much all of those notable 2D users, except for the ones from Pakistan. I've yet to get to them, but anyways, slight adjustments. I think Namco is already taking care of it. We're gonna see tomorrow. Like I said, Kazuya's fine. Heihachi's getting a crazy good buff. He's getting a outstanding launcher. After 2 decades, he's getting a outstanding launcher.
We're going that way. Let's go.
Yeah. So we're gonna see a lot more Heihachi from JDCR. Probably gonna see a lot more Heihachi from a lot of people, because he can duck a high and go into the kick, into the hug. You know, that's his new move in season 3. And we don't even know what his other changes are. He might get buffed again. Crazy. I think her hurt boxes were her main problem, which probably will still be her main problem. But other than that, I think if she had regular hurt boxes, she would be fine. She's really strong because it is so hard to hit her in the neutral. That is why Arslan Ash, you know, Ulsan, Kakoma, people who use Kazumi at high level, they're so successful because her like extremely good poke game, you know, where her 1-1-2 and down 4-1-2, stuff like that. It's just complemented by her terrible hurt boxes. She can sidestep a lot of stuff easier than other characters. She can backdash through stuff. Like, your hitboxes on your moves just get shortened when you're up against her. But yeah, she could use an adjustment on her hurt boxes, and that will pretty much take care of all the issues that are with Kazumi, really. I think Chloe is fine, mainly because she does so much damage. She has decent pokes, you know. She's got pretty much decent punishment too. I don't really see anything wrong with her right now. Lily could definitely use some tracking, you know. That's been a weakness forever. I don't know why they never changed that. They gave her like a high homing move with, you know, core circle forward 3+4. That's good, but it's not enough. King Kyo, thank you. Yeah, Lily has like no representation, like across the globe. You guys could probably name some like players here and there that might use her. Lily Man, for example, but like seeing her in top 8s, you really don't. Something's wrong. She needs help. I don't know exactly what besides her tracking, because her punishment is decent. It's decent, you know. She's got a 10 frame knockdown. She's got a 12 frame knockdown. She's got a 14 frame knockdown. And at 15 frames, she gets a hop kick. So with punishment that well, you know, with the best sidestep in the game, is it that she needs help, or do the Lily players need help? What do you guys think? Majin Pickles, what do you think? But Lars, yet another character. I think the players of Lars need a buff more so than the character. Yeah, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with Lars. It's just the representation that this character has is not the best, I would say. We've got literally one player, and that's L Train. He's the only player that is making strides with this character in the tournament circuit. One player. he can't do it by himself, you know. He just cannot do it. The Koreans, you know, they have written Lars off. He's been written off by the entire Tekken community with arguably the best punishment on the game. Excellent wall carry, excellent damage. You know, he's got a safe launcher in the orbital heal. Back one of the better homing moves in the game. I just don't understand what is so bad about Lars. Why does he need these, you know, hashtag buffs or whatever? When we've seen, you know, fighting GM, he almost lost to L Train, but, you know, L Train did not do Lars stuff to beat him when he had the chance. Like, he hit with an orbital against the wall, did a 2-1-4, when the regular, you know, 3-piece combo would have killed. But I think this character doesn't need significant buffs at all. If anything, I would say give him, make back 4 a real counter hit launcher, I guess. And make the choke a just frame from a regular hit. Back 4 1+2. But on counter hit, it still goes to the choke if you input the just frame. Maybe something crazy like that. Ling, nerf AOP. Nerf AOP. Make it only duck, but don't make it sidestep too. That's the only change I want for Ling. Oh yeah, and that infinite, take that out. Some kind of way, just take it out. The infinite where she just down for it, 2-1s you to death at the wall. You know, P-Ling and Sodom, Petun, they actually know how to get it every time after a launch. It's so crazy to see that. Yeah, take that stuff out. Take it out. Nerf it. Jack, he's fine as is, honestly. Can't really think of any buffs. Definitely no buffs. If there's a nerf, just nerf his hurt boxes in the neutral. He gets away from some stuff, like I said, like 4-4-1 when it whiffs. For whatever reason, it is so hard to whiff punish that move. But other than that, he's fine. Lee is perfect as is. He is literally perfect. You just have to be just like with Law. Lee is one of those execution heavy characters. Not as much in this game as he used to be, but he's still there. The players just have to really step it up. And just like with, you know, Lars, there's just less than a handful, less than 3 fingers of lead players. There's Jody the Great and Fighting GM. And, you know, Fighting GM, you're going to see the best representation for Lee off top, definitely. Even better representation than I'm Your Father. But I think that Lee is really good as is. He's almost without any like noticeable weaknesses besides the execution barrier. But if you got execution, you know, the weaknesses really don't even matter. Akuma is fine as is, honestly. Akuma, Panda, I don't think they need any buffs or nerfs. I think they're perfect. Miguel, I think he's also, once again, a character who is underrepresented because the players just aren't doing the job. We had Glaciating last year. You guys remember Glaciating? He did really well. He got top 3 at the Red Bull Conquest Finals. And after that, he disappeared, and so did this character. It's just crazy. Like, the character has so many good tools. You know, the community just, he's got T-Rex arms. He's got T-Rex arms. But he's got the best Magic 4 on the game. T-Rex that. One button now. Come on. He's got a really good 4 button. Really good wall carry. Really good damage. Some people say his combos are inconsistent still. His wall enders miss out of nowhere. He does have multiple wall enders though. He doesn't always have to do Savage 2. But his raise drive, now I've seen this happen a few times. It could be buffed. If the first hit hits, the second hit needs to always hit. Like, come on guys. They buffed Eddie's raise drive from season 1 to 2 for that very same reason. The first hit will hit sometimes and make the second hit whiff. So give Miguel that same courtesy and he'll be broken. Anyways, Bob, he's fine as is. I don't really think anything anything is necessary for him. No buffs, no nerfs. That new tailspin, I think looked like it was from Crouch Dash 3.2. I think they changed it to a launcher now. It might be usable. Yo, GZE, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at that, 16 monsters at tier 3. Give it up for this guy. This guy is amazing. I hope you're liking the People's Champ t-shirt. Yeah, get yours today, guys, if you haven't already. But yeah, Bob is fine. Oh, Brian is really fine. He doesn't need anything. No buffs or nerfs. We already went over King. Like I said, I feel that his launch punishable lows should do more damage. All I ask for is 3 more points. You know, down back 3 does 17 points of damage and it's launch punishable by almost every character on the game. Make it 21 points of damage. That'll be worth the risk, I feel. Same for 4-4 neutral 2 is 14 points of damage. Make it 17. And full crouch down 4-1. Make it safe on block again. I don't know why it's punishable at all. It's like the most seeable low in the game. It's more seeable than a snake edge. Like, it's impossible to hit somebody offline with that move, like when they're just standing up in a neutral. It's impossible. No one would get hit by that unless they just never fought a king in their life. So make it safe again. That's it. Other than that, King is perfect. Steve.
Make King's BF2 1 jail Kappa.
Wow, that'll be too significant of a buff Carton Cop. Nah, he doesn't need that. Because of how, you know, hit confirmable it is on counter hit. Yeah, I don't think down forward 2-1 needs any buffs at all. Steve. Now that is something else. I feel he might be a little bit too safe in regards to, like, you know, back 1 and down forward 2. Those are like the 2 moves I feel are too abusable. And what stems that is his counsels are, you know, they create a gateway for him to block. So he could do down forward 2, even on whiff, you know, duck counsel and block. If your whiff punish isn't like immaculate, he's gonna block that, and your whiff punish usually is gonna be some punish, but then he can punish it 1-1-2, back 1-2, whatever. Something needs to be done to where he can't just whiff attacks and block immediately. Back 1 should be whiff punishable at least. You know, flicker stance, make it so the auto block and flicker stance occurs later in the animation, not instant. I don't think I'm asking for too much. Because he can, back 1, it tracks, you know, it tracks both directions pretty well. It's not a true high attack, meaning that moves that crush highs don't crush back 1. You still get hit by back 1 on counter hit. There's an obvious difference between like Steve's back 1 and anyone else that has a counter hit back one. King, Armor King, Miguel, you know. They're real high attacks. Fang Wei, they're highs. If someone has a high crush, it's gonna go under their back one. But no, not for Steve. That's always been the case for years. But instead of nerfing the hitbox of back one, like I said, make it so that the transition into flicker stance isn't safe to where, you know, Steve players, they just sit back there, back one, flicker, back one, and, you know, they just show you they're laughing, haha, I can back one, haha, you know, no more of that. Get rid of the flicker stance auto block. At least make the auto block later in the flicker stance. But that and like ducking stance cancel, the blocking on that should be a little bit later in the animation too. And those two nerfs I feel would make him normal again, you know. Cause down forward 2, you know, that being a safe, high crushing, homing, mid, counter hit launcher with range, it's a god move. It needs to have some kind of weakness because he could do it for free at range too against almost everyone. You know, it's crazy. But like I said, those two moves need some adjustments, and he'll be fine after that. Paul, I don't think he needs any adjustments really. He's fine. He's pretty much a jack of all trades. Real good punishment, real good offense, real good defense, great damage. He can play any kind of style he wants, really. But I just don't see the point in like nerfing him. He's already been nerfed from season 1 to season 2. Yeah, I think he's fine as is. Josie, she seems to be fine as is. The tracking on down forward 2 is a little bit too good, I feel. I think that could use a slight adjustment. Make it at least steppable to the right, you know. If I make the read and sidestep right, I shouldn't get launched anyways. Because you know you can't step it to the left. But she's fine as is. Katarina, I think she's fine as is. She got adjusted from season 1 to 2. Got some nerfs and some buffs. So I think she's good, you know. She's another character that's like, both of these characters are really underrepresented, you know. The players just don't come out. Girlanda, he does not come out a lot. Poke Chop and Blackbeard, they don't attend every tournament. They're underrepresented really. Let me see. Jin. Oh boy. Nerf the 4 button. This character has the best like single button in the game. No one else's 4 is better than his. Like, not at all. It's a way for him to knock you down with
Miguel
that.
better be top 3 in season 3.
Yo, thanks, whoever that was. King. Is that King Leroy? Young Leroy, okay. Yo, thanks. You're gonna be old Leroy later this month. I know you're gonna play with him. Leroy Smith, can't wait. But yeah, Jen, that's like the only adjustment. I think his forward button is too strong. Forward 4 is too strong. Standing 4, you know, his magic 4 is pretty strong. Down back 4 is pretty strong. Hell sweep is strong. Just an adjustment on that. I think he's otherwise perfect, you know. Doesn't really need any other adjustments. Delvagen, woo! I don't know. I don't think he needs any buffs. I don't think he needs any nerfs either. Like a Devil Jin nerf is a nerf that I feel should be like across the board for all Mishimas. Electrics going back to the, you know, the way they were in the first patch where they nerfed the tracking. They need to nerf the tracking on electrics across the board. Even Kazumi. Just nerf it. But other than that, he's fine. Claudio is perfect. He's great. Gigas, I don't know enough about this character to really speak on him, but it's obvious that he needs a little bit, just a little bit of help. And what I saw from the Season 3 trailer, it looks like he's getting that help. So I think he's gonna get some help, and the Gigas players, all 2 of them will be happy. All right, Asuka. I think she is fine as is, honestly. She is fine as is. Yeah, no nerfs, no buffs. Really, the rest of this row here, I really don't see any need for any changes whatsoever. Maybe now Leo, her hurt boxes in neutral are kind of bad, but we know she's not gonna get that nerf, so just leave her as is. I think she's good as she is. Same for Eliza. Eliza, Fang, Eddie. Fang is perfect. It would be nice for him to have a different looking combo, I guess. But other than that, he's great. Great punishment. Good whiff punishment. Nice wall carry. Not the best wall carry, but it's good for Tekken 7. It's just excellent pokes. Good offense. Good defense with, you know, he's got sways. He's got Kenpo stance, backwards Kenpo stance. He's just good. He's got the sway punch up forward too. I think he's super well rounded. Another jack of all trades, just like Paul and, you know, just like Jin. He has a counter. You can't even chicken it. Okay, Eddie. Yeah, he's really strong. I don't see the need to nerf or buff him. He's good as is. But we do know he's getting a buff come Season 3. So I think his 1+2 got a new extension that goes into handstand, and it looks like a natural combo. So it might be 1+2 then 3. No, it's not 1+2. It's forward 2. So he's getting a new, I think it's 12 frames. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be 12 or 13. But yeah, he's got a forward 2 into 3+4 or a forward 2 into 3, something like that. But yeah, that new extension is gonna be a great, like, punisher for him for his standing punishment. His standing punishment was not good at all, so now it's gonna be good because he's gonna go to handstand, and you have to respect the mix-up. Given that the frames are good, you know, I'm just theory fighting right now. I don't know what they're gonna do, but yeah, and like I said, the Bears are fine. But leave it to them, leave it to Bamco to either make it even greater or to totally mess something up to the point where we're gonna need yet another patch. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, did I do Noctis? Yes, I did. I think he is already good enough. It's just that the Noctis players aren't. Quite a few characters on this select screen, you know, fall victim to, you know, a subpar player base. Because you just have to look at it like this. You have characters like King, you know, so good, but you're not gonna see him in a lot of top 8s unless, you know, yours truly does it. You know, getting top 8, top 16 even with this character is difficult, but you know, Brian, same way. If Mr. Naps doesn't do it, are we gonna ever see Brian in top 8 or top 16? Probably not. Nina's just not even a character on the game. Raven, she's not on the game. Miguel's not on the game. You know, it's just a lot of characters that, you know, just don't have any representation at this point because they're too busy playing with Geese and Steve. But yeah, King is great. It's just like I said, Noctis needs a stronger player base. Lars does too. His player base is, like I said, they're busy asking for buffs. And once you get those buffs, Lars players, watch as the former Geese, Kazumi, Akuma, and Steve players run to Lars, and then you start to complain that he's too strong. I'm hoping that's not what happens. I hope they don't buff Lars to the point to where he's a potato character. He's just a tool where, you know, he's just a Geese Howard, you know. He's just a Steve Fox where everyone has one and the loyalists get kind of washed to the side. They're no longer special anymore, you know. They're just yet another Lars, you know. We don't want to see that. But yeah, I think, yeah, for a recap, the 2D characters, Eliza, every one of them needs some kind of adjustment. She has like a death combo with full bar if she lands her, like certain launchers. I know for certain the low launcher she has, where she hops and does a sweep. If she sidewalks to, I believe, the left, she gets a death combo, like as many dive kicks as she wants until the EX dive kick, and then you get tailspin. It's crazy. Akuma, like I said, deletes your life bar from any touch. You know, not just a down jab, not just a down 3, but a touch. You know, cancels it into Hadu, into, you know, FADC, into death. Because you're going to hit the wall and you're going to lose a lot of life. So, yeah, those characters, they need some adjustments. I think the damage output is a little bit too high, honestly. But anyways, that about sums up my wish list for tomorrow. I'm hyped to see what they're going to do. I can't wait to read the notes. I just hope they don't make us wait all day tomorrow. I hope it's like first thing in the morning, like get to it. I want to wake up and see a bunch of buffs for King. Obvious reasons, right? Buffs for Gigas too. But other than that, yeah, that's all I have. It was short and sweet, you know. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble on about buffs and nerfs and all that stuff. It's been great. But we'll have to see what the patch notes are, and I will definitely stream once season 3 comes out. We can go over some Zafina. Go over some, you know, King changes. Armor King too. I know we're not going to get Leroy until later, so we don't really have to talk about him. The T-Pain cosplay was great though. Shout outs to T-Pain with that. That was great. But anyways, wow, I need to host somebody that just won a tournament. Some of you guys might know who it is. Some of you guys might know who it is. So you guys tune in to the homie Joey Fury. he might be going over changes in Wishlist too. So you guys have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.